As we all know, Silksong tools are categorized by color, different crusts allowing for a different amount of each, and Hollow Knight charms each cost 1 to 5 charm notches of your 11 slots. The better the charm is, the more expensive it is. So, how many charm notches would each tool cost? Druid's Eye gives you 1 silk every 2 hits or 11% of a heal, and Druid's Eyes, the upgraded version, gives 2 silk every 2 hits or 22% of a heal. Grub's Song gives 15 soul every hit, giving you 30% of a heal every 2 hits, a significant amount more than Druid's Eyes. Since Silksong is already only 1 notch and I can't exactly make Druid's Eyes cost half a notch, that will also cost 1. Magma Bell and Wreath of Purity should also only cost 1 notch. They're similar to Isma's Tear in the way that they protect you from environmental hazards, but way worse. Magma Bell only lowers damage as opposed to removing it, and Wreath of Purity breaks after a time. The weighted belt reduces knockback when attacking as opposed to removing it like Steady Body does. I would reduce the cost by half if I could. I can't. 1 notch. The Egg of Flelia is obtained after rescuing all 30 fleas across Farloom and is horrible. At first glance, it's just the Silksong equivalent of Hollow Knight's Spell Twister, but no. While it does decrease the cost of Silk skills by 75% as opposed to Spell Twister's 72%, it's a negligible difference and you can only use it while at full health. It's only useful if you're good enough at the game you're rarely taking damage, but that's mostly speedrunners territory and it takes too long to get to be viable in a speedrun. No, absolutely not. Remove it from the game. 1 notch. Pin Badge is the second closest tool to its Hollow Knight equivalent, Nailmaster's Glory. Pin Badge decreases the needle charge time by 50% and Glory decreases it by 44%. So while there is a minor difference between them, it's not enough to justify a second charm notch. Compass is Wandering Compass 2, Electric Boogaloo, and similarly, Magnetite Brooch is Gathering Swarm 2, Electric Boogaloo. Magnetite Dice is a way worse version of Carefree Melody. Whereas Dice gives up to a 10.1% chance of blocking a hit, Melody has a max of 90. What? 1 notch is pushing it, but alas. Silk Speed Inklets increase your sprint speed by 34% at the cost of 1 silk every 6 seconds, and Sprint Master makes you 20% faster for free. I think Inklets should be 1 notch like Sprint Master because the higher speed increase is justified by Farloom being so much bigger than Hollownest and is balanced out by the cost. Shell Shard Pendant is Fragile Greed but different. Greed gives a 20 to 60% increase of Geo dropped for 2 notches, and Pendant gives a 25% increase of Shell Shards dropped. Since 25% is on the lower end of Greed and shards are not at all equivalent to Geo, it should cost 1 notch. Wispfire Lantern costs 1 strand of silk and Glowing Womb costs 8 soul. While Lantern does cost 3% more of a heal than Glowing Womb, not only is it a negligent amount, but it's also the least amount of silk something can cost. I'll give it a pass. Glowing Womb does 9 damage, and to get Lantern to 8, you need 1 tool damage upgrade, but if you don't have an upgrade by the time you get to Wisp Thicket, then what are you doing? I'll leave it at 2 notches like Glowing Womb. Thieves' Mark will increase Rosary bead drops by 40%, Shell Rosaries by 30%, and Pearl by 20%, whereas Greed increases all Geo drops by 20 to 60%. Thieves' Mark gives you more Rosaries overall, but every time you take damage you lose 3 to 5%, which isn't a whole lot unless you're constantly getting hit, and it balances the increase in drop rate really well. So Thieves' Mark should cost the same as Fragile Greed, 2 notches. Fractured Mask is a mix of Unbreakable Heart and Lifeblood Heart. Fractured Mask protects your last mask from any and all damage, including double, but isn't fixed until you rest at a bench. Lifeblood Heart is similar in the way that it's temporary and unbreakable in how it lasts until the end. Like both of these charms, I think Fractured Mask should cost 2 notches. Boulder Shell protects you while you heal 4 times before it breaks and you have to rest at a bench to fix it, and Morning Bell is unlimited but doesn't let you finish your heal. In exchange, a bad one in my opinion, it deals damage ranging from 9 with no tool upgrades all the way up to 31 with all 4. Although it's unfortunate it doesn't let you finish your heal, it does still prevent you from taking damage and deals some to enemies, so I think it should be 2 notches like Boulder Shell. Claw Mirror, on the other hand, is far better than its Hollow Knight equivalent, Spore Shroom. Claw Mirror scales with tool damage upgrades that does a guaranteed 11 damage plus another 10 over 2 ticks, also scaling with tool damage, giving a max total of 37 with all tool upgrades. Spore Shroom, on the other hand, does about 26 damage over 4.5 0.1 seconds. So while Spore Shroom is only 1 notches, I think Claw Mirror and Claw Mirrors should be 2. Injector Band is exactly the same as Quick Focus, both speeding up your heal by 33%, 3 notches. I have nothing more to say. Volt Filament increases all Silk skill damage by 25%, and Shaman Stone increases each spell a different amount, the average being 60. At first glance, Volt Filament sounds worse, but since the Silk skills already do more damage, the 25% increase ends up doing about the same extra damage as Shaman Stone, with an average of 18, 19 if you extend Threadstorm versus Shaman's 20, so they should cost the same, 3 notches. Mark of Pride increases your nail range by 25%, and Longclaw increases your needle range by 27, as well as 7.5 width, but I'm ignoring that because I have no idea what that means. So Longclaw should cost 3 notches, as it only increases your range by 2% more than Mark of Pride. With all tool pouch upgrades, Plasmium Vial gives you as many Lifeblood masks as both Lifeblood Heart and Lifeblood Core, up to 8 without overdosing if you refill it with the Architect's Crest. It also allows you to overdose, giving you the same effect as Hiveblood, so it should be 4 notches as it's a combination of both Lifeblood charms and Hiveblood. Multibinder is deep focus on crack. It only takes 40% longer to heal an extra mask as opposed to 65. It also splits your heal in 2, so if you get hit, you still heal 2 masks, and the first heal kills those godforsaken muck maggots. 5 notches. The rest of the tool's cost is based almost exclusively on vibes, so without further ado, speedrun time. 1 notch, Straight Pin, Threefold Pin, Throwing Rings, Rosary Cannon, Deadbug's Purse, Scuttle Brace, Ascendant's Grip, Spider Strings. 2 notches, Sting Shard, Long Pin, Curve Claw, Pin Pillow, Flint Slate, Flea Brew, Sawtooth Circlet, Spool Extender, Snitch Pick, Quick Shot, Barbed Bracelet, Weave Light. 3 notches, Tax Conch Cutter, Silk Shot, Delver's Drill, Cogwork Wheel, Volt Vessel's Polyp Pouch. 4 notches, Cogflies. 5 notches, Reserve Bind.